Yes, you are in the process of looking to purchase property in the new year.
Yeah.
And you would like to put the necessary steps in place in order to get your finance game strong, basically.
Yes.
Yes, and be well prepared for when the opportunity does arise for a suitable purchase.
Yes.
So just to give you a bit of background, firstly, 10 out of 10 for seeking advice beforehand. You're
Definitely.
You're already way above most people that go in and don't prepare. They don't do the pre-approval process. They don't do the due diligence, and it's not a really pleasant experience that way, because there's all sorts of things that you've got to be made aware of prior to that process. So that's great. So just a bit of background on me. My service is free. I work closely with all the various banks, which is ABSA, FNB, Nedbank, Standard Bank, and also the private bank Investec, and also SA Home Loans. We also have Sentinel Finance. They are more geared towards our self-employed applicants, where they look outside of the box in terms of how they assess your affordability if you are self-employed. So it's just nice to have all those various options available to you, and we do all the heavy lifting, or I do all the heavy lifting when the time comes to actually secure all the offers with the various banks, and then negotiate the best interest rates for you. So that is me in a nutshell. And then just to backtrack before we get to the official home loan process is the pre-approval process, to determine how much you can qualify for jointly in terms of buying power. What is it that you can expect that the banks to approve you for in totality for your new purchase price? Or for your new home loan. Also with first-time buyers, we can secure the purchase price as well as the attorney fees for first-time buyers. So they go up to between an extra 5% to an extra 9% on top of your purchase price. We also secure the 50% discount off your bond attorney fees. So that is quite a nice saving. So just a heads up, if the banks approve us for that 105 to 109% home loan, the purchase price, the property purchase price plus your costs for the attorneys, and let's say there's a bit of change left over after the attorneys are paid, the bank instructs the attorneys to pay that change straight into your home loan account. It's not money that unfortunately that you will have access to. So just a heads up on that. You can, however, come back to the drawing board, let's say 6 to 8 months down the line, and say, Olin, I'd like to refinance my facility because I want to do some renovations, or we want to do some changes on the property. You can do a further loan. Remember, it's a 20-year to 30-year home loan, so your property equity will grow in that time, right? And so your property will be worth maybe 500,000 Rand 5 years down the line, extra to comparison to when you purchased it. And so a lot of people like to use that equity, refinance the property, and they can either use it in terms of getting renovations done or improvements done to the property, or some people use it to pay off some big debts and consolidate high interest rate loans. Even I've just recently done someone who's done that exercise to actually secure a car loan instead through the property, because it's lower installments, it's a better interest rate. It just makes sense, like, to use your home loan in that way to your benefit. So the thing is now that we would need to go ahead and do the pre-approval process to prepare you for the official home loan application. And the pre-approval process entails me asking you for certain documents, like pay slips, bank statements, IDs and forms, things like that. Okay, fantastic. And have you been employed for quite some time?
6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, I'm probably more 4 years permanently.
Oh, great. Okay, that's a good time frame, because the banks look at your risk scoring is impacted by how long you've been working with your respective employers, and if you are there for at least 2 years, it's considered a very established history. So you guys are great on that spectrum, because you've got longer than that in place.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to our email, if you don't mind. Sorry to keep you. Yes, that was. I remember there was something special that you were asking.
Yeah.
You were looking at buying the property through the registered company, which is not trading, and it is solvent. So it's just a registered company. So I'd like to just delve into that. Are both owners and shareholders of the company, of the non-trading company?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And are you 50-50 holders as well? Okay, brilliant. And how long ago was the company registered, if I may ask?
Yeah.
It's probably, I think, more towards the beginning of the year, probably.
Okay, all right, not so long ago. Okay, perfect. And no trading, nothing has happened in there?
No.
Have you opened up a business bank account?
Yeah.
Okay, and nothing has been going on in there. You're just keeping it open, right?
We just made a deposit for the bank fees.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, brilliant. So what we will need is an accountant. Once we officially apply through the company and you've now signed an offer to purchase in the name of the company, we will then need the accountant that's representing the company to just give you a letter confirming that it's non-trading still at the time of buying the property, and that it is solvent. So if it's non-trading, generally it is solvent, but they need to specify that on the letter for us. I will, however, put this on an email for you guys. Yeah. all good. I will send a full list of everything to you guys, so that we can go ahead with the administration of the pre-approval. So I would like to do that for you. So I will I'll put on that email the bank statements, the pay slips that we need, the IDs that we need, and the forms that we need. And then the documents for the non-trading letter I will also specify, but for my process I don't need it. I know you've told me already it's non-trading. It's just that the banks, when we apply for that home loan and you've signed your offer, and we need to now submit the official application, that's when I will need the non-trading letter. It shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg. I think the accountant will just need to see your business bank statements from the time you open the account up until present when you're asking for the letter, and that's how he can then confirm, okay, definitely non-trading and definitely in a solvent position. So it doesn't cost that much. It's just a letter to confirm. And so I will email you, ask for the documents. It takes about 2 business days for me to do the pre-approval, and I will give you a certificate that confirms, okay, you are qualified for this value. This is how much up to the maximum value you can buy for. And then when you're shopping for your property and you now find something that you'd love to put an offer on, you can present that offer to purchase, the certificate of pre-approval that I've given you, because it's valid for 3 months from the date of issue. I would say it's valid up until the point where something drastic happens, like maybe job change, or you've bought a car, or you've changed your expenses. So generally it's 3 months, but if nothing like that has changed, it's fine. You can just keep in touch with me though. If you've had a salary increase maybe, or something like that, if anything changes on your expenses. So I will then do that, send you the pre-approval, certificate you can attach to your offer generally. Also, what sets my service apart from I feel generally speaking in terms of other bond originators, besides being relentless at getting the approval for you and making sure that we get the absolute best. Like I don't just take the first offer, I go back in and say, no, you need to give me a little bit extra. You need to give me some extras here. So you'll see that in our process. The other thing that I can offer you guys is when you find a property that you love and you get the offer to purchase. Now this is a legal document, right, that you're going to have to complete and then submit to the seller. Now, being first-time buyers, it's very important that you have someone in your corner that is actually looking out for your best interest. Because the estate agent, yes, they are doing their job at selling you the property, but they are there for the seller. And so with my service, what's nice is when just before you send that offer to purchase off to the agent, you're welcome to send it to me and I can review the clauses and everything on your behalf and make sure everything looks good and safe for you to proceed. So that's something extra that can just put you at ease in knowing that, okay, we're good to go.
Okay, no, that sounds good.
Awesome. And like I say, it's all free. You know, this is something you don't pay for. The banks will pay me a set fee on registration of your home loan. And it's the same for every bank that I mentioned when we first started chatting. All the banks that we work with, they all have the same fee. So I can't favor, one bank over the other because I'm getting a different fee. It's all the same. And we need to know that you are getting the best interest rate and you are getting the best offer.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, so I'm also going to run a credit check. It's a soft credit check. So it's not something that negatively impacts you at all. I know a lot of people are concerned because, you're doing these checks, you're going to get a notice of it, but it's a soft check. It's not something that depletes your credit record, and it's counterproductive for me as a bond originator that gets paid on bond approval to impact your score negatively. It just doesn't make sense for me to do something that will hamper you from getting an approval and then I don't get paid for my service at the end of it all. So just so you know, that you're safe in that regard.